Well, good afternoon. Welcome to our 2014 Summer Faculty Meeting. The goal behind this meeting is just to give you an update. We had opportunities throughout the fall to connect during our virtual faculty meeting, and now it's time to just see where are we in the start of the new fiscal year. What I'd like to do is to address the faculty, give them a backdrop of some of the changes that we've made throughout the past fiscal year, and how we're moving forward and continuing our vision for the next 5 years or so. Before I move forward, I need to thank many individuals to make this day possible. First and foremost, Wes Jackson and Nikki Dominique for the planning of this event, the fabulous IT department who allowed us and to guide us throughout the virtual technologies that we have available here, and the numerous faculty members who are participating in today's event. For today, I'm just going to take 15-20 minutes, high-level picture of the current state of affairs here within Union and also overall within higher education. So I'll provide you with an update on the academic restructuring, looking at some of the changes and the investments we made with student services, remind you about a particular document within the registrar's office, look at HLC, what's happening next, especially for Union, some comments around the Reauthorization Act of the Higher Education Act, and then how we're moving forward as an institution. In terms of academic restructuring, we have made significant changes in the graduate school to move forward with the idea of having one graduate college. What does that mean? Having one graduate college, we will have a leader that will work with me closely, and that would be Dr. Arlene Sachs. She has been appointed as Associate Vice President and Dean of Graduate Programs. In that role, she will oversee all graduate programs, excluding the PsyD program. That will stay under the purview of Dr. William Lax. Arlene will also have a group of directors that will work with her as they manage the day-to-day academic operations of each of those academic programs. For example, Andrea Scarpino was recently appointed Director of the Masters of Arts program, and she'll report directly to Dr. Sachs. The reason why we made the strategic move, it's allowed for us to become one graduate college where we are now going to oversee faculty that may be able that will be able to teach within their expertise within the master's PhD. We may also have bachelor degree faculty who are in the undergraduate school who could teach within the graduate college. So it allows us to maximize our resources, not based on your academic home, but more on your academic discipline. We've made some significant investments during this past year for this upcoming fiscal year. In terms of the graduate college, those investments equate into faculty hiring. We hired one full-time faculty member to support one full-time and one half-time faculty member to support the Martin Luther King specialization and certificate. I'm excited to announce that Dr. Stuart Burns recently joined us. He's a profound scholar when it comes to Martin Luther King, looking at his theories and philosophies of Dr. King. His primary home will be within the PhD program. We've also added to our faculty Dr. Robert Hawkins. He has a visiting appointment with us, and he's a half-time faculty member, and he'll be working with primarily with our doctoral students around implementing the policies and theories and scholarly activities of Dr. Martin Luther King in their day-to-day work as scholars. Currently, Dr. Hawkins is actually working with a group of students in the Philippines doing what I just mentioned, looking at theories and moving it into practice. So we're excited that he's joining our faculty, and our graduate students will interact with him virtually throughout this semester. So congratulations to both of those faculty members. Recently, we had some conversation around our reliance around affiliated faculty. We made additional investments of moving forward to having less reliance on affiliated faculty member and having more half-time, full-time faculty members. Those individuals that I mentioned are the results of our active approach and moving to having more of a half-time, full-time faculty member. Faculty member is part of the graduate college. As for the undergraduate college has also seen academic restructuring in that we've announced the role of the National Dean. The National Dean will now assist me with academic operations at the undergraduate level. The National Dean is responsible for overseeing program chairs and our regional deans. The regional deans are individuals that are at our 5 academic centers. The National Dean will also be responsible for guiding me and working with me as we continue to grow our academic programs and our academic program offerings from the certificate level all the way on to an academic offering at the undergraduate level, a bachelor's degree. I'm also excited to announce that strategic investments made at the undergraduate level include greater responsibility for the program chairs. As we are now moving to one undergraduate college, the program chairs will be responsible for faculty qualifications, faculty evaluations, managing the academic content, the academic quality of that content, and working together as a group as we move forward. The program chairs will also be responsible for guiding the regional dean in terms of strategic initiatives and ideas on how we could continue to move forward and offering academic offerings either at the certificate level or at the undergraduate level. We also made a strategic investment with hiring a chair for general education. The chair for general education will be responsible for looking at all of our gen eds and also working with our gen ed faculty. Finally, one strategic move that we made within the undergraduate college includes the combining of courses for the Bachelor's of Science degree students and Bachelor's of Art degree students. Those students will now be enrolled in the same courses together, and all students will be graded through a letter grade. So we have made numerous investments and just strategic moves to make sure that our undergraduate students are all aligned and having the same experience regardless of which center, regardless of modality. And again, this allows us to be one Union Institute and University and not 5 centers and then Union Institute and University. So I'm excited about these strategic moves. The next slide here will give you a better visual of the structural changes that we made. And this slide is will be updated again and sent out upon request to the faculty through the Faculty's Council. But again, what I shared with you that we have now a National Dean, he will start August 4th. His name is Dr. Peter Cacavari. Again, Arlene Sachs is the Associate Vice President and Dean for Graduate Programs. And then Dr. Lax will continue monitoring the PsyD program and overseeing the faculty within the PsyD program. We continue to have a Dean of the Bachelor of Arts program. We'll also continue to have regional deans at the academic centers. Those individuals will report directly to the National Dean. Program chairs will also report directly to the National Deans. We have a vacancy in our MSOL program that we will soon fill, and I'm excited about that. And then we also have other directors within the graduate program that I'll be working with Dr. Sachs. As we continue on, I want to remind you, for all faculty who are on the call and listening to this webinar, that our academic Bible is always the catalog. I'm excited to announce that the 2014-2015 catalog is now available. Please look at the catalog online. If you require a hard copy, we have a limited number of hard copies. Please work with either your academic dean or your program chair to obtain a hard copy if that is needed. Remember that this catalog it will be updated, and those updates will occur through addendums. Please make sure you review the website to see the most up-to-date. I have to give major shout-outs and kudos to Larita Moore and her team for making sure that our catalog was up-to-date and available in a timely fashion. Other announcements, we have a new Bachelor of Arts degree program in psychology. This is our first attempt to offer a BA degree that will be available system-wide for all students. This will be a psychology degree that will be completely online. Other changes that you will notice primarily in the undergraduate level, we made changes to our general education requirements. Please review the catalog to see the domains that are listed. Again, I have to give recognition to the hard work of the Gen Ed committee and also to Dr. Pruden, who guide this group in making sure that our gen eds align with the adult working population that we serve. There are changes in the master's and doctoral programs in terms of names. The doctoral programs will no longer have concentrations, they will have majors. Those will be listed in the catalog. Again, please review your catalog to see the changes. And then finally, another major change you'll notice will be in what we called our MAP program, our counseling program. So the Masters of Arts with a concentration in counseling psychology, that name has changed to the Masters of Arts with a major in clinical and mental health counseling. As we continue to grow, we've made other strategic investments, and that includes in our areas of student services. We now have a full-time career services counselor working under Dr. Keene. This career service counselor is available for all undergraduates and graduate students. She's also available to provide webinars, seminars, and other opportunities to enhance our student experience. We now expanded the Writing Center to include academic tutoring. That center will now be housed, again, we have a full-time individual working that center, and we're going to provide supplemental instruction as needed. I would ask you again to work with Eric Mass, as he's now overseeing both the Writing and Academic Tutoring Center. Disability services will continue. By law, we still have to have disability services, but we have a new member of that team. His name is Robert Cotter. He has a unique role at Union where he's also our disability services coordinator and also works with the instructional designers. So in his dual role, he's able to help design courses to meet ADA 504 requirements, but also he's providing services to our students. Dr. Jay King will continue to provide counseling and some VA support. That VA support is more from an academic counseling perspective. We do have officers at each center who assist students with VA benefits, so I don't want to confuse the two. And then one thing that's new within our undergraduate programs is that we will have an orientation course available to all students. The pilot for this course will be taught by our career service counselor, and where all students at Union, regardless of center, will have one standardized orientation program throughout the year. So I'm excited about that the onboarding process will be the same at all academic centers. The vision. Regardless of where a student's at in their career, because we're working with lifelong learners, adult learners, I see a vision where we will continue to have pipeline opportunities, pipeline programs that would ladder into each other. So if a student is interested in starting off with their certificate, we will offer certificates. And then from that certificate, make sure that that certificate is designed where a student can ladder into an undergraduate program, and then from the undergraduate program, laddering potentially to a master's program, and then continuing on to a doctorate program. So the idea is that their entire lifespan from undergraduate to graduate doctorate could happen here at Union. We're also interested in developing future academic programs. And I put a call out in the Straza, but I still need assistance with the following programs. That includes data analytics, sports management, and cybersecurity. The vision for data analytics could be at the undergraduate or even certificate level, but we know that as we continue to look at the Outlook handbook, that data, working with data, big data sets, will continue to be a market niche that we need to help fill. If you look at stackable certificates at Union are career enhancement opportunities available within a major, either within the undergraduate, graduate, or PhD major. I'm excited to announce that the PhD program has a couple stackable certificates that will enhance the experience of their doctoral students. Those stackable certificates include design thinking, teacher leadership, creative writing, and one newly formed MLK certificate. At the undergraduate level, we're working on the Homeland Security Certificate. And we have others that are not listed, including our Alcohol and Drug Abuse Certificate program, offered primarily within our counseling and psychology program. Again, looking at different on-ramps as we move forward. Overall, the trend in the country will be to see a lot of stackable certificate and badges as an opportunity for career enhancement. So I look forward to work with the faculty and program chairs and program directors as we think about other certificates we may be able to offer at Union over the next year or two. Dr. Lib Pruden will continue to oversee our HLC next comprehensive visit, which is scheduled for 2016-2017. Many of you are wondering, why am I even bringing this up now, almost a year and a half out? Usually the planning for this takes a year and a half to 2 years. Those stackable, the HLC update, Dr. Pruden will be working with Dr. Suplet and myself and announcing a coordinating committee to work together as we prepare for our next self-study. We expect the team to be available to conduct a site visit in December of 2016. That's our first preference. If you look at this slide, the theme that we're thinking about right now is empowering adults for another 50 years. That will guide the tone of the self-study. One thing that I want to point out with HLC and recent changes that they made is that we have to demonstrate evidence. So it's not enough to just demonstrate evidence, but say, what are we doing with that evidence? So what's the narrative behind the evidence? So as faculty members, as you continue to collect your data, collect resources from your students, assets from your students as they complete assignments, I ask you to continue to work with Liv in saving those documents and depositing them appropriately in our learning management system and repository. That will allow us to demonstrate data, evidence of what we're doing, and also the narrative behind why we're doing what we're doing and changes that we potentially make to curriculum, or potentially why are we adding new academic programs. So again, I look forward to working with you as we prepare already for the next self-study. I don't know if you've been following the news, but this is the time period that we need. It's the reauthorization of the Higher Education Act. This is the act that allows for, it's the federal legislation where we work with, where federal funds are set aside for higher education. Recently, the committee, the House committee, has put forth a bill, and that bill includes the following changes. It will include increased federal support for competency-based education. The reason why I bring this up is that Union is an institution of experimentation. This may be something we may want to think about as we continue to grow and expand. Do we want to look at programs or offerings around competency-based education? There's a lot of resources to make this happen, but just want to let you know where the federal government's going around competency-based education, and in some essence, relaxing the rules for some institutions to experiment with competency-based education. They are now eliminating the list of the least expensive institution and the most expensive institution in higher education. There was a federal document that was often distributed to students in the least and most expensive institution of higher education, so that may be eliminated. Overall, the government is streamlining information that the government will provide to students. We don't know what that streamlining looks like, but there is a request that there's too much information being given to students. I think the last piece that's also close and near to my heart is the idea around the annual counseling for students with federal aid. We understand that students have opportunities to borrow, and there's an aggregate limit. A lot of times, our students do not have not received any type of counseling on a consistent basis. So now the government is promoting a annual counseling requirement for each student who's borrowing federal aid. As we move forward, there are some major concerns that I want to bring to your attention as faculty members that I think your assistance is greatly needed. And that includes both part of the student life cycle. We need your assistance in recruitment. Recruitment is not a job regulated just to the enrollment office or regulated to just our program chairs or academic deans, but recruitment is everyone's job. So as you continue to see quality students or individuals, I encourage you to recruit them for our academic programs. Do you know your elevator speech? What does Union have to offer? What can you share about the Union experience and Union story? Our retention numbers are all over the place, and I will share those with the faculty council. But again, as faculty members, what are you doing to retain our students? Are you constantly communicating with our students? What does that academic feedback look like? What type of authentic assessments are you providing to your students? What are your retention measures for your class? I want you to really process what are you doing to promote an academic experience in your classroom that we could leverage to retain our students. Affordability and competition. Affordability still becomes an issue on a national level in terms of where are we in our price market. This is more of a FYI as we continue to look at tuition, that affordability is an issue that the federal government is also looking at. And then competition. We're not the only institution out there that provides a lot of the programs that we offer, but I think what we offer well is that we know adult learners and we know our different modalities and we respect flexibility. We have, at the undergraduate level, a generous transferability policy. We offer prior learning assessments, certified learning. We have different ways where students can obtain credits. Also, I just want you to think about how are we distinguishing ourselves. You as the faculty are part of the product offering that we give to our students. So I look forward to your assistance as we move forward in recruitment and retention. I think last but not least is this question about vision and where we're going. When I first started off, my goal within the first 120 days was more on this foundational box here to help set the academic strategy, to move forward with the communication process, to reinforce a culture of assessment, and to make sure that we've managed a day-to-day operations that's congruent for our student experience. Now we're looking at these next two boxes, which is incremental and transformational. If you look at the transformational box, I would love this to be an institution that grow to 6,000 students to 2019. I want to be an institution that we're known for being the global leaders for adult learners in higher education. I want us to be the institution of choice for all adult learners. So we have big, high aspirational goals. We will continue to take these baby steps. I look forward to continue working with the faculty when it comes to moving forward and reaching those goals. So then comes now the ask. This is the ask that I need from the faculty. That is to continue to provide an excellent academic experience. That is evident by increased academic quality and increased retention. To continue to provide excellent customer service from our students from the beginning that they come in, from the application process to the point of graduation, to the point of career, assisting them with their career aspirations. I want to be able to continue to articulate the why Union story. As faculty members, why are you here at Union? Why would you encourage a student to come to Union? What is that elevator speech? That will allow us to increase enrollment and improve our marketing and telling our story of who we are as Union. How do we transform lives in communities? And then the last piece will be to create opportunities. Again, the pipeline pieces are critical, from certificates to academic programs, from undergraduate to graduate, that we will promote the idea that whatever you want to do, we can help you here at Union. And again, the result of that will be increased enrollment and persistent rates across all programs. I've probably taken more than my allotted time, but during our question and answer session, feel free to ask me any questions you have when we have time with that with the president. But overall, I just wanted to give you a big picture narrative of the state of academic affairs as we move forward to this next fiscal year. Thank you.